fighting inflation. Progressive leaders like Senator Elizabeth Warren said, quote, this is a bill that truly is about fighting inflation, bringing down the cost for families, and putting our country on a sounder economic footing. Here's how it works. First, the bill finally delivers on a promise that Washington has made for decades to the American people. We're giving Medicare the power to negotiate for lower prescription drug prices, which means seniors and consumers will pay less for their prescription drugs. Medicare will save in the process about $290 billion. And in addition, it also changes the circumstances for people on Medicare by putting a cap of a maximum $2,000 a year. They have to pay no more than $2,000 a year no matter how many prescriptions they have for all the prescription drugs, which is especially important for people with cancer and long-term diseases. It's a godsend. It'll literally be a godsend for many families. Second, the bill locks in place lower health care premiums for the next 3 years for millions of families that get coverage under the Affordable Care Act. They will mean an average savings of $800 a year for 13 million people. Third, it invests $369 billion. Granted, I call for 500 plus, but it invests $369 billion to secure our energy future and to address the climate crisis, bringing down family energy bills by hundreds of dollars by providing working families tax credits. It gives folks rebates to buy new and efficient appliances, to weatherize their homes, and tax credits for heat pumps and rooftop solar. It also gives consumers a tax credit to buy any electric vehicle or fuel cell vehicle.
Millions of dollars in new stimulus checks are set to be deposited this year, and many low-income households will qualify for additional financial relief. And that's thanks to new stimulus legislation. Some top lawmakers have proposed making the next round of stimulus checks more targeted, my friends. Welcome to Updates Area YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe our channel for more information. On January 3rd, 2023, a new Congress was sworn. Both newly elected Congress members and incumbents took their oaths of office, with Republicans taking control of the House of Representatives, while the Democrats retained control of the Senate. So, with the new Congress now in place, the big question on many people's mind is whether stimulus checks are on the table in this upcoming legislative session. Stimulus checks have received bipartisan support. Both Republicans and Democrats voted together to provide the initial direct payments during the heart of the crisis. The most recent crisis relief legislation provided payments up to $3,600 per child under the age 6 to eligible parents, and payments up to $3,000 per child aged 6 to 17 for eligible families as well. Republicans were not on board with this specifically, although this child tax credit was a key Democrat priority. Some Republicans have indicated they believe the current child tax credit system should be modified and that parents should receive much more direct aid. Since this may be one of the few areas where there is an overlap of goals on the left and the right, there remains a chance that parents at least will see some extra help from our federal government. Legislation passed a Democrat-led House of Representatives in the last Congress that would have extended the child tax credit for one more year, along with other spending programs under a $1.75 trillion budget. But critics such as Democrat Senator Joe Manchin objected short-term program in the 10-year legislation, such as the enhanced child tax credit that could become permanent and more costly. Senator Manchin also reportedly has proposed adding work requirements for the child tax credit. The child tax credit was originally aimed at working parents paying paying over to $2,000 in taxes yearly, but was greatly expanded during the crisis. Before the 2021 expansion, people working the lowest income jobs were not eligible for this credit. The expansion made the credit available to parents working lower income jobs or not working at all. Republican Senator Mike Lee and Marco Rubio said they support more money ongoing to families with parents who are working but not for those who are not. In statement, the two senators has recently said Congress should expand the child tax credit without undercutting the responsibility of parents to work to provide for their families. 12 states have passed their own state child tax credits that are independent of the federal one. A state child tax credit is either a fixed amount or percentage of the federal child tax credit. The fixed limit for state child tax credit ranges from $75 to $1,000. The percentage for the state child tax credit ranges from 5% to 33% of the federal credit. 9 of the 12 US states have elected to make their top tax credit refundable. New Jersey State Assembly has approved a raised version of its state tort tax credit, fixing an error in the legislation that would have delayed payments for 2 years. The legislature passed the program and the governor Phil Murphy signed it into law, providing a refundable credit of up to $500 per year for each child under the age of 6. This program was a response by Democrats to soaring cost of living, but a drafting error in the initial legislation meant that the credit could not be claimed until the end of 2023 tax year, and families would not get the benefits until 2024. Unfortunately, the problem was resolved. Vermont is another state that has taken matters into its own hands after Congress failed to extend expanded child tax credit. Republican Governor Phil Scott signed off on a $1,000 two-day tax credit for every child aged 5 and under the 2 household earnings $125K or below. Families who claim the credit would lose $20 for every $1,000 over the $125,000 that they earned. Rhode Island parents will also receive $250 for each qualifying child. The maximum benefit is capped at 3, meaning the most said families can receive is $750 for Rhode Island taxpayers who file an original or amended return by August 31st, 2022. Your rebate should have been issued last year, looking ahead to 2024. So that was today's update, and I hope you liked the video. Please leave a like and also hit the subscribe button. I will see you next one. Bye bye.